Right then, boys. About 5+ years ago, I realized that you could dropship on Etsy. And at the time, no one else was doing it. It was completely new to do on the platform. There was no information for it. And because of this, it was the easiest thing in the world. Now, over the years, it's incrementally got a lot harder. People would message me saying, God, I wish I started when you started. It was so easy. Can we go back to these good times? Well, I'm here to tell you that those good times are here. In some aspects, dropshipping on Etsy now is easier than it was then because there's no grunt work. You don't have to do any of the hard work anymore, thanks to AI. And now I'm going to show you my exact procedures and systems that I use to create a ridiculous amount of high quality listings every single day that are guaranteed to print cash. So it all starts off on Etsy. Now I'm going after pretty low hanging fruit here, making it as easy as possible for you guys to see. And the aim of this game is to create stores that print today, next month, next year. That is what we want to get out of Etsy. That is the type of products we are going from. And I came across this one. Now check this out. Dispatched from Thailand, 2 people bought in the last 24 hours. Monthly revenue of nearly £5,000, and they are a long-term seller on the platform. We know we are safe to get into this. We know these are the types of products we want. If I just had one listing on my store, one of many listings on my store, and just one of them was making 5k a month, guaranteed every single month, I'd bite your arm off. Because then I can get 10, I can get 20, I can get 50 listings doing something similar to that. And I've already gone ahead and found it. Here it is on AliExpress. Here's the different design variations that we can use. Okay, now theirs are a little bit more pretty. However, I found this after one right click with this tool. Here's another one. This one has more pretty designs. So now all of a sudden, we have got this one listing, this one product has found us the same product on AliExpress with a load of different designs on it. So now the cogs need to turn in your head whilst you're doing all of this. What kind of targeting will I do on this store? I could have potentially 10 listings of this one product on my store targeting a different demographic. Husbands, wives, parents, grandparents, kids, friends, whatever, right? You've got Valentine's, you've got Christmas coming up, anything. One listing doing one really dialed in targeting, plus then all the events throughout the year. We now have the advantage of this one listing now with multiple designs from multiple suppliers that we can pull together and make just one master listing that's going to be a lot better than the competitions. Now this listing I found here, they're a pretty reputable seller, 4.9. If we check them out here, we'll see they've been on there for 4 years. This delivery time's great for a personalized product. 7 days it could come in. So now what we want to do is we want to use one of our private suppliers to help automate this whole process so we don't have to fulfill one by one on AliExpress. And you can do that by joining Etsy Mafia. There's a couple of free suppliers that anyone can use in there. Now the next step, this is where the AI starts to come in, because this whole process here, yes, I've dragged it out in the video, but in reality, it's going to take you no more than 20 seconds. So I like to use this little tool here called AliSave, and I just download all the images. Then I come over to Photo Room and the batch tool, and I just drag them all in. Now, you can use any photo tool you like. I like Photo Room because of how easy it is, how quick and efficient it is to do, quick changes on it, okay? And now we come over to the background, we go to AI generated, and what kind of background do we want? Let's check out Cozy Home. Now, what that's going to do now is generate this background on each one of them. And here's what it's cooked up. Now, if you don't like an individual one of them, you come in here and then we play around with the background individually on here. And let's do, Cozy Home again and do something like that. Right, just these little alterations, and then we go back to batch mode. And now here we have more photos that are unique on the Etsy platform that are the products we know work, and AI has took care of all the graphic design for us. Now, if you want to go the extra mile with these photos too, we can go onto Canva and we can do whatever alterations we need to do on this. Maybe we want to do our, store name, right? We want to write our store name somewhere on here, nice and small. A lot of people like to do this because it adds a bit more of a branded effect, right? Something like that, something subtle. Or maybe you want to go ahead and do something like this. Now, this is a nice little strategy for farming engagement, because Etsy love when people interact with listings, right? So what we do is, now this takes a little bit of tweaking, but some sort of arrow that then comes up to where the heart would be for a favorite. Right, and we're just saying, click for 20% off. Just these little cues to give to the customer. Also, what we can do is play around with it. We can add elements. We can add little flags to say where it's shipping from, whatever. Okay. If you're also good at design and you want to make your own designs here, then we come in, we press edit, magic erase, take the brush down, erase it all. And now we will just be left with the box ready for some sort of design to go on top of it. Now, I don't particularly want to do that, but if you do look close enough to it, you will see that is all someone's done. This is not a real engraving on the product. Then the final thing for the images is we need some sort of instruction, some extra information for the customer to explain each pattern, each design that they can possibly get on their ring box. So we have different styles shown in the photos, but how do they choose them? Well, we use variations of style names, and again, look, 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is this, and they just pick their number, and then they can add in a personalization of their dates, their names, whatever it is they want on top. Now we use our good friend ChatGPT to do a bit of SEO analysis. Now, if you are consistently pumping out the same product, we want to make one kind of like mega prompt where that type of product gets made. So what I've done to start this is just said, analyze the SEO of this Etsy listing. And I've fed in a title, I've fed in a description, I've fed in their keywords. So now we have an analysis by ChatGPT on this listing, and it's pointed out some nice features. Now, I never get ChatGPT or any AI tool to just, create a listing without any kind of reference points, without any information. So I like to feed it information based on listings that are doing well, and then I get it to make whatever I do. And what I want it to make now is a listing. So using this analysis, please create a listing for the product in the photos I will attach. Okay, something simple like that, make sure the errors in the analysis are fixed for, just something extra, just whatever, just guide it as much as humanly possible, and then drag your photos in. These are the ones we've just had in Canva. So we have our product shoots, and we have our reference for styles. Now, what we could also do with is going over to specifications and trying to find out more info on the size, like that. So now let's paste that image in, and now we'll get that to generate our own little listing. So here we have it. Here is our title, our description, and some tags, right? It's told us how it's done it. What I'm going to get it to do here is change the tags into CSV, max 20 characters, 13 of them copy and pastable. Also, give me some attributes I put into the Etsy listing. This just, again, quality of life, right? Instead of now, some of these are probably too long, there's no commas, we can't just quickly copy and paste them all into the tags and then it will quickly work. But with this, we can. We've also now been given The category we should use, primary colors we can put in, materials, occasions, recipients, holidays, styles. There's also where you can put in the size information. And now, just from finding this quick product on Etsy to then sourcing one on AliExpress to now having AI create our images and now AI create a super SEO optimized listing, that all we now need to do is copy and paste, read over, make sure there's no typos. We're good to go. There's no secrets here, guys. This is how easy it really is. It just matters how good your product research is. How much time do you have? How many stores can you pump listings up on? And if you want more help and more breakdown and guidance on this, join Etsy Mafia. I'm active in there every single day, helping everyone and just trying to get everyone to crush Etsy this Q4. Now, I appreciate you watching. I hope this has really helped you, and have a great day.